I have a love-hate relationship with this card in V premium, but in premium it's much different. Okay. Tier equals MC Mirror already good. Yeah, well, yeah, that's number one. MC have nothing they can do to stop this. All they have is like what, OG Brilliant, but the meta right now is like, oh, I poke on my rear guards. They're not gonna play that. I mean, that gets split because they might have like a cradle marker toolbox engine, but Bermuda doesn't care, bounce everything. But that's also not the case, and it's not just that. So I haven't thought much about Nightmare Dolls because honestly, I think that's probably one of the tougher matchups that I'll have to think about. But against like Grand Blue, right? They have denial plays and plays to get cards from drop to hand and stuff. And they have that new G guard. So like I just talked about with Carole, you could call Carole from Heltruda's skill as a booster. And they have defensive plays. Now, this card, I'll choose one of your rear guards. Okay, so Negra Lily, of course, you can retire a card, call Ghosty from your drop zone. You have the counter blast, by the way, and then it gets take a shield. You call the Ghosty leader, call Cannoneer, pop out, draw. There's your denial, or call Hanali from the drop zone. Your opponent can't do anything, haha, or the ghost into greed, get a PG, get the heal, or Mick for defensive power, haha. Like they have so many plays. So what's the cost? Counterblast 1, choose one of your rear guards. What does Tira do? Let me go to V. Go to grade 3s. Oh look, on place, choose any number of any player's normal units on rear guard circle and return to your hand. Yes, they have no way to use Negra Lily if you bounce it. There is an out. They can call it trigger. Yeah, they could still call it trigger to interact this little to interact at least. So they can still call Hanali still. You still have to call a they can still call a card, but they're most likely would just call like, I don't know, 20k heal with the ghosty in the front row. So now it's like a 25k shield. Gameplay, you stop Slay Me and golds if they aren't relevant. What does Slay Me do? Oh, he bot decks the rear. Yeah, you can bounce their board. Yeah, can Slay Me. Now, like the first ability was already good at premium. I already discussed this in the video too. You can return your opponent's cards to hand. Some people, well, I mean, not really. I mean, I've been saying it. Some people might think, why would you return your opponent's normal units? It doesn't matter if I'm about to bash you 3 times in the face. Plus, there's G guards that need their rear guards to do something. If you bounce them back, they can't do them. But once you return those normal units to your hand, you get the 15k power. So she's 28 by herself. You can return your opponent's rear guards or your rear guards. You can call rear guards to your you can have rear guards or call rear guards during your opponent's turn, and you can just bounce them back. Or from early game, if you have call like a bunch of cards, bounce them back, get the power, stride to the new stride, if she still retains it. But also, so yeah, the first point is that it's a good Gridora matchup because they can't interact with it. Who cares about your rear guards? You bounce them back anyway. The only thing that matters is the G guard that you can't use. But depending on how you build the deck, you can easily have enough shield to stop your opponent's attacks. 2, you're able to get rid of interactions from your opponent. Like I said, like Grand Blue, they'll have to call a trigger unit to use Negra Lily. And that's the only play you can get screwed in. Because they can call Hanali is still make you counterblast more. 3 is 3 consistent Vanguard attacks. No matter what your opponent does, you will always be able to bounce back your rear guards or bounce back theirs to trigger Tira's effect because it's for the turn. If she checks, did you bounce any during your turn? Yes, you can pay the cost. And then you could restand her. You don't neg any cards in your hand because the twin drive, well, the extra drive you get, the extra restand you get from Tira is replaced with the discard. So you just get 3 Vanguard swings. The 4th point, it's super consistent and cheap. Like, if you are very desperate and play some resist units, you can easily get her effect off. You also, by being consistent, it's a 1 card thing. You don't need any other card. Like with Anj, for example, you need 2 other normal units to do her effect. If Anj was like, oh, if you return it for the turn, do this and that, then it will be a lot better, but you can't. It's for her effect. And like I said, Hanali can stop it. Grand Blue could be like, Hooder, I call a trigger. Okay. Have fun. You can't use your rear guard attacks now. And other decks can just interact with your rear guard. You'll have to forcefully call Hanali. Like, Tira's a 1-card engine. She does everything you need her to do. Because the new stride bounces everything, she will always restand. Okay, yeah. There's actually more. She actually has searchers from back in the day. You have Selena, that's able to. She's basically an old Abyssal Owl. Look at the top 7. Reveal Tira, put your hand, discard cards equal to grade 3. You can discard a heal guard if you want for some reason. Yeah, she just gets her stuff. I mean, she gets Tira from the deck, or you can play this card to be a stride fodder, or you can discard whatever grade 3 you have in your hand. Look at the top 5? No, top 7. Get a grade 2 or greater Shushu, add to your hand. V-tier as Shushu, so you put it in your hand. Just good stuff all around. You have 2 searchers. You have a grade 2, right here. She gives all of your rear guards resist and boost. So if you play her, Tira on your Vanguard Circle, this card is not, well, could be a 9, well, she's an 11k attacker or booster. Call in the front row. Sorry, Brilliant. Can't rest her or whatever card. You can't do crap to her. Even Denial Griffin, you have resist. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Tira has some support cards that help out in this format. And like, the best thing about it is, I wish I could show up right now, but I don't have TCG Player open. Yeah, she's like $1. She's like $1 or $2. This card is super cheap. And I'm like, why is nobody picking this up? This card is good. And since it's like a 1-card engine, you can put whatever you want in your deck. You can tech this at any deck. Like, if you want a Tira in your Prism deck, you just put 2. Or put 1. It's up to you. Oh, up against Mega Colony? Well, I guess I just ride Tira. Or any other matchup where you think you can't do your main game plan. Tira is always there as an option. She's super consistent.